Okay, welcome to Tuesday nights on November 12th, the trade findings and adjustments. My name is Kevin Hurley, and I look forward to going over with you a couple interesting points which I think make or break traders. This will be what decides if you've got it in you to be successful at trading. Now, you've always heard me say patience is the key. Why? Why is patience the key? It's a very simple answer. A couple of question marks have come in. Okay. Why is patience the answer? Or why is patience the key? Both of these are very good comments, and it's probably a portion of what I'm doing. You have to wait for your profits to build. I would buy that one, Dave. You have to wait for the chart to develop, which I think is also saying the same thing. The main answer why I would say patience is the key, because you can't control the market. So you have to wait until you're well studied, fundamentally checked. What else could I say here? Well studied, fundamentally checked thesis comes to pass. If you ask me, I would 100% think you're crazy if you think you can outguess or outpredict the stock market. I have waited for some things, for some trades / investments. I have waited for years. And then I'm going to say huge returns came. So, some of the biggest mistakes, right? Thinking 1 year is enough time. Thinking 20% return is enough. Thinking and waiting for a loser once the original parameters have changed. And really, thinking you are smarter than the market, smart money, or supercomputers. So those are the cold hard facts. And as I'm going to start to advise you at the beginning of the year, I don't plan on coming at people with some fabulous return, some ridiculous BS on thousands of returns, and we always do this. I'm going to come at them with a profitability. And really, my advisory is going to be for a $25,000 portfolio. Yes, you could copy it in a $250,000 or $500,000 portfolio. But that's stupid. That's dumb. Because in trading, right? In trading, you should truly, and it helps to being able to afford losing everything. It makes waiting that much easier. Now, I don't think in any way, shape, or form you should expect to lose. I don't think in any way, shape, or form you should say, hey, I'm okay if $25,000 evaporates. If you have that mindset, again, you're an idiot, right? But I do think it takes some time for certain positions to work out. With that said, I lost an account that was held in Schwab, and today I would be asking him the $64,000 question. Why didn't you wait 2 months to be up 64K? And I'm sure the answer I'd get, well, that's bullshit, you know? No way, no. And I'd have to come and say, well, with all due respect, do the math. Look at Disney. Look at Baidu. Look at Facebook. Especially from 2 months ago, right? Look at where Apple went. Well, you weren't in Apple for me. I know, but I would have been with the money you had available. Look at Bank of America. Everything I could have shown him, except for Under Armour, has been in the dumps. But literally, they gave up $64,000. With that said, I've had a gal who's been ridiculously patient with me on her big account to the point where she said, hey, I've got a small account, $25,000, you know, give it a look. Well, in like 2 months, 2.5, maybe 3 months, right? Actually, I think it's about 2.5. We're up almost $5,000 in it, which would be roughly a 20% return in a, you know, pretty good market. But we've been making some trades in some difficult markets, would be the best answer. There's a time you've got to persevere. Persevere, right? Come on. Thank you. Persevere. Dang it, I can't spell. There we go. Thank you. You have to persevere the crap the market gives you. Let things run when you can and adjust, understanding you probably just created more risk. And it's difficult. Please don't think by any means that it's not. Now, I hope when I do my advisory, it'll be something that I'm going to push. I'm licensed, bonded, and insured. I can give real advice, not pseudo, not, well, paper trader this. I'm licensed to give real advice for real trades that are out there. But that doesn't mean that somehow I've got a system or an edge or artificial intelligence. I mean, we all can use that in different ways. All it is a stock screener, right? There are all kinds of gimmicky crap, but I still think the best thing to use is your brain and common sense. That's it. That's what makes the difference in your profitability in trading. For those that may have joined us a couple weeks ago, actually last Tuesday, I had an order in on Disney. The Disney order was this one. It was a 125 130 call for $3.60. And if you got out, you probably should have gotten out at around $3.50, $3.60. If you haven't gotten out, don't stay around for the extra 20 cents. Take your profits. $1.40 on 360. You actually could have gone in closer to 350. $1.40. Let me find a calculator. $1.40 divided by 350 is a 40% return in a week. 40% return on your investment. Now, if I was going to look at another trade to do, I would copy it. I would copy exactly the same trade, but I would probably go out to a December 22nd. I would change these to match the, I don't like that at all. I was going to say I would change them to match the 50 and the 200 day, but let's change this up a little bit and let's look at it a little bit differently. Let's look at it on a 60 day. Let's type things in correctly. $32.68. And we do have a pivot point at $33.22. So I did like those, but you know what? I really don't like the $5 spread to make that. That's not going to work. Let's see if we have to go out a little bit farther out in time. $4.60. I wonder if we get enough credit if we went out to a 35. So my thought process here is I want to play an announcement on Disney Plus. For all those that got into Disney, I decided to do a Disney Plus. a pretty amazing amount of movies in here. Interested in looking at the new Star Wars series. In all honesty, my kids hadn't seen the newest Dumbo one. Some of the old throwback positions, Apple Dumpling Gang, kind of excited to take a peek at that one. So, I don't know, to me, it seems like a pretty good opportunity to have a couple hundred movies here that I know and that I'm comfortable with having my kids go through and see. It's kind of like the Netflix without having to have a lot of the, in my opinion, a lot of the parental guides as part of it. So I'm kind of excited. I'm it's going to be interesting for me to go through and to see this. And this might be enough that I might cut my $300 freaking cable bill. I might chunk my cable bill down to the littlest, but it's going to be interesting to see what's available and how do I say it? It's nice for me to see some good, clean movies. So who knows? I mean, let's be honest. Might have to change a little bit, but I do think if they are anything over 2 million people that have joined in, you'll see in all honesty, you'll see Disney back up to 150. In which case, I am trying to find something that makes some sense here. I might even have to start off at the middle because they're already up at 140. You could do something like a $7 spread to make 250 on a 450 investment. But I'm looking at some opportunity here. A question just came in. Do you think the good news is already in the Disney stock? I don't. I think Disney right now is most likely fighting the technicals on being almost overbought. And it's right there at the top. I think the highs were up here at the 147s. The news isn't built in because they don't have a subscriber base. They don't have anything to go to yet. So no, I would definitely say that it's not built in there, and that the opportunity for how many subscribers they announce, maybe on Friday, maybe on next week, that's what will give this trade a life of its own. And this is one that I'm trying to find a way to move into Disney to be able to do it, take advantage of a big pop in the near future. As I take a peek at it, this might be the one that I'm looking for right here. The only thing I don't like is our long is right at the support level. But it could be a pretty nice quick and easy return. Max profitability, maximum loss. I mean, it's going to depend on, in all honesty, it'll depend on the announcement of, their numbers of how many subscribers they have. It really could be a very interesting it should be easy money. The short answer, it should be easy money like the last one. But again, you never do know. There are some things that you can sit there and go, but Kevin, and yes, but Kevin is 100% correct. Of course, they're variables. I like it. I just like it, plain and simple. The other one, if you see how quickly Boeing went up, I would also be looking at something in Boeing. I'd be looking at something in Boeing that's probably out to January. I really like the 360, so I could be doing something along the lines of 360, 400. And no, I could not afford this many contracts, but it seems like, or that's almost like they pre-announced, oh, that's just not enough credit. I guess we have to go to 380. That would be the one. Curiosity, what would 385 give us? I like that one even better. And obviously for me, I'd be down in that 2 contract. But this one would be very interesting. This one would be, you do it in December though, it should be the mid-December. That might be cutting it a little early. What if you did it January? Let's rethink this just a little bit. Extra dollar. I would do the January. I'd give myself that extra dollar. Give myself the ability to let their December, when they should re-release the 737s. This would allow, for all intents and purposes, they had just pre-announced it on last Thursday when it went up $17. This would be the opportunity to play what they think is that they will be certified again on the FDA beginning to mid-December. And if that happens, obviously they'd be up $17, $25. From where they are right now at $362, I could see them even being up $38 and testing $400 again. This is something that you see the pop up, you take your profits on that day, and off you go. Little longer term, little more expensive. You could do it for $1 cheaper if you wanted to do December, but for $1 more to go out a whole nother month, this seems to make the most sense to me. It'd be a longer term one. It'd be one that you're hopefully going to be closing out in December when the FDA announces that they're going to release the restrictions on their plane crafts with the software update and the modifications they'll have to do. And you might even see a bunch of airlines take a pop as they get in line, especially Southwest will be the first one they'll have their fixes put into place. And obviously another sensor also possibly put on their planes. So big move, big opportunity, and just using some common sense and patience to see things move, I think will go a long way for you into the future. So any questions that you guys have for me that I can answer for you? Or any questions in general that I can try to answer for you? Hopefully you're not too disappointed that I've just told you, hey, you know, there is no one real secret. In real life, trading is hard. It's not some special technique. Nothing works 100% of the time. Yeah, Lance, I knew you were going to say that. So Lance just asked a question, well, what's going to make you better than everyone else? Which, in all honesty, Lance, I think that's a fair question. But I think I'm reading into it the way you're saying it, and I'm going to kind of giggle because you're going against, to a certain degree, what I just told you. But what would make me or my stuff better? And I don't know that it necessarily would, because it's always easier, and in all honesty, it's always easier when you're using fake money. When it's not real money, real trades. You're not seeing the account open. You're not seeing them place the trades. We're not seeing them close it. When you're not seeing an account that, for all intents and purposes, was down at 9,600, I had up to 14.5. I've seen something that, in all honesty, you guys, you've seen me pull from this count. It was up to 27,000. So instead of saying, oh, look, I'm positive, you know, I just took another 1,500 out because my family is spending money ridiculously. We've, let's just put it that way. There's my withdrawal today again. I can't believe how much money I've taken out of this account when I told myself I was going to let it run. So I'm going to probably, between now and the end of the time, shift some other money over. But the reality is, I'm licensed, bonded, and insured. I've taken that extra step to make sure that what I'm doing is 100% on the up and up with SEC regulation. I've been doing spread trades where there are no hard, fast rules. The rules are go make money. And at their times, it's okay, 100% okay to let things run. I'm shocked at how many people don't let things run. If you've got a trend going, yeah, you could get back into the trade, blah, 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 blah. But if you got a trend going, for crying out loud, follow the trend. It's really common sense. I would never just get out of a trade at a, one day 7% return. You've got to let some things run to offset your losses. It doesn't make sense to take 10, 15, 20% gains when you take a 70, 80% loss occasionally. That eats up all your profits. I've put everything online for the last year. And again, I think it comes to a level of integrity that if you go out in time and take a look at this account, everything's in there. And in all honesty, I'm willing to let you guys see that, hey, it started out at 27,500. I didn't make believe. I'm not telling you, oh, I've got over 100% return. No, I've sucked a bunch of stuff out of it. I've had some things that haven't worked. And then the things that did work, I've kept doing over and over and over again. The nice thing is my Disney loss is now down to break even. Thank goodness that last little trade. So that's 32. That was $320. Got me to my Disney at break even. still in positions that can run. American Outdoor Brands Corp will be an earnings play. And I've made up 32, so my real cost basis is, nope, it was 28. My real cost basis is at 32, excuse me. Bank of America into some different long calls, got out of my other ones for a nice 100% return. Baidu, I still have 4 in place. Boy, I'm really going to let those run for a while. Disney, break even on 2 of them, looking for that bounce. Ford, really need a dollar cost average these in the near future again. Facebook, I need to be patient, wait for it to get up to 200. Visa, profitable, but man, these guys should be at 200 as well. Bought myself a lot of time. I like the positions I'm in. I've got quite a ways to go on them, and a lot of common sense. A lot of things I'm looking at that I think can be there for a long time. So, Lance, hopefully that answers your question. Are there any other questions you guys have? So a compliment was given to me, your system, collaring, and protection of the big downdraft when it comes. Yes, my clientele is not afraid of another 2008. In fact, another 2008 can be an amazing opportunity to double up on shares of stock all the way across the board in their whole portfolio. And it's really, collaring gives me a level of comfort against a wild stock market when most people panic and sell off, when they do absolutely the wrong thing to do. So thank you for the compliment. All right, guys. Hey, have a wonderful, what am I trying to say? Evening. I will see you, or Keeve will see you Thursday morning. And let's enjoy the end of this run into the end of the year, and we'll take it from there. Guys, have a good evening. Look forward to seeing you again on Thursday morning, and I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.